This last Friday was the hardest day I ever lived.
All of the disciples, myself included, were in the Garden of Gethsemane with Jesus.
We were all wondering why we were in the garden in the middle of the night. I'm usually in bed before 10.
Jesus was sweating and praying like he had no time left.
He asked us to pray with him, and we did for like 15 minutes. Then
Everyone was asleep, and James was snoring like a hippo.
what? It was way past my bedtime.
Jesus woke us up a couple of times, but I hardly remember what he said.
Then, all of a sudden, everything started. All of the guards and religious leaders led by Judas came up to us.
All I remember was waking up confused, everyone yelling. Peter was flailing around with a sword, and ears were being cut off.
I only cut one ear off. Besides, Jesus put it back on the guy's head.
Where did Peter get a sword anyway? Who in their right mind gave it to him?
He said what?
Jesus calmed everyone down, but then they arrested him.
And we ran for our lives.
I suppose I knew that Jesus would be taken, but it still scared me so much.
After I gathered my wits, the guys and I went to where Jesus was being accused.
It was ridiculous. Men started spewing lies. Men paid by the Pharisees came forward to testify against Jesus. It was all a big lie.
John was pretty scared.
Yeah, I heard John was terrified.
Are you kidding me? James wore his tunic and ran away, and Peter pretended like he didn't even know us.
Regardless, Jesus was finishing being tried by the Sanhedrin when the rooster crowed.
Rooster crowing. Doesn't sound familiar.
Christ had told Peter that Peter would deny him.
Okay. Like I said, it wasn't really the best day for any of us.
The priests handed over Jesus to the Romans, saying that they wanted him to be killed.
Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor, didn't know what to do.
They stripped my son and beat him till he bled.
They put a cross on his back and led him and two thieves up a hill called Golgotha.
They nailed him to the cross and crucified him.
He was crying to heaven, "Father, why have you forsaken me?"
As Jesus passed away, the sky grew dark, the earth shook, and the temple veil tore into two.
I heard a Roman soldier say, "Surely this was the Son of God."
Mary Magdalene and I went to the tomb where he was buried on the day after the Sabbath.
We were both crying and weeping. We barely said a word all the way there.
When we arrived at the tomb, we could not believe what we saw.
An angel was at the tomb and told us Jesus has risen.
We ran back and told them all. Then Peter and John ran to see for themselves.
That John sure is fast. He beat me there by a mile.
Well, everyone's faster than Peter.
We couldn't believe that he was alive. I didn't expect it.
To be fair, he told us like 100 times to expect this.
Oh yeah.
We were back at the house that evening, and Jesus showed up.
We all worshiped God and spent a few more days with Jesus. Then he ascended into heaven.
We were lost, apart from God.
But God came to us.
Jesus died to pay our price.
He defeated death and rose again.
He is risen.
He is risen.
He is risen!